Sadly, that good things take time. But lately, I feel like people have been getting greedy. Like you want to have the good things without taking the time. Sadly, that is not how it works, brother. If this worked and you could have the good things without taking
Ich hab kurz gedacht, dass mein PC gleich abstürzt, Bro.
the time, then the good things would be free and we would have an abundance of good things. But again, sadly, if you're here right now watching this video because you clicked on this title and thumbnail combo of all things, hate to say it, buddy, you probably don't have as many good things as you think. See, you might think you have a lot of good things, but if we do the math right here, right? So if good things take, and we know this is true, but we want to have the good things without taking the time. So we minus the time. If we minus the time, you gotta equally minus the time from the good things. And good things minus the time taken is actually just all right things.
Loki Factor, Mann.
So,
Grüße aus Mumbai. Liebe Grüße zurück.
I feel like we just really have an abundance of all right things. And I feel like people have really just been coasting on these all right things. Because if you put enough all right things, okay, let's put a bunch of all right things on the screen. If you put a bunch of all right things together, a big enough abundance of all right things may construct the illusion of good things. Kind of like the cheerleader effect situation. Like if you have enough $1 bills stacked on top of each other, it might look like a lot of money. But in reality, if you really count it, this is actually just $63.
Loki crazy vielleicht.
Not that much. And also, your incoherent closet of cheap, trendy impulse buys actually has nothing unique to say about your personality. So when you take a look at some of the public pillars of style right now, you know, you got...
Das ist aber Loki Facts, was er gerade gesagt hat schon. Mit den Cheap Impulse Buys. Er wird da wahrscheinlich nochmal wieder drauf eingehen. Aber merkt euch eins, kauft nicht immer Sachen nur, weil sie im Sale sind. Das wird euch so viel Geld sparen und so viel Kopfschmerzen und so viel Hass für euch selber. Real Talk.
Some of the A$AP Rockies, the Tyler, the Creators, the Wisdoms of the world. I think a lot of people's minds go straight to the idea of course, bro, if I had a lot of money, I would also have...
Das ist dieses Statement, ist fake. Nicht jeder, der Geld hat, trägt Style.
A really good style. I'm not gonna sit here and say...
Was ist deine Meinung zu Leaks von Tyler? Ich fand, dass wir eben drauf reagiert auf das Lied. Ist okay.
That money wouldn't help you. It might help you have access to these things so that maybe you can try things out and figure things out. Obviously, you would like all the pieces you want to wear. But we're forgetting all about this time thing, this good...
Stichwort Montana Black 88, das ist crazy.
Things take time, right? And time is also money, which is why I want to also...
Time is money,
So take some time. So what is style, right? What does that even mean anymore? Well, the term just gets thrown around and used a million ways. Like, I feel like we don't really know what we're saying. But in a fashion sense, I feel like style at the core is just the visual representation of someone's personality through clothes. I feel like we can all kind of get behind that. It's vague enough so that someone can misinterpret it and be like, I totally get that. But it's...
Chat, würdet ihr von euch selbst sagen, ihr habt Style?
Also...
Weil am Ende des Tages für mich, jeder hat Style. Jeder hat seinen eigenen Style. Aber ob dieser Style gut ist, ist wieder eine andere Frage. Checkt ihr?
Oh, facts. I feel like if done right, you're just bearing your soul...
Also ich habe auch Style. Aber ist mein Style gut? Wer weiß.
Through clothes, everything should really just feel natural and genuine, which is not an easy thing to achieve. It's sometimes harder to be genuine than it is to just step into a template. Don't you fucking hate when you gotta be yourself? Bro, when someone asks me about myself, I'm like, bro, I don't even speak English. Anyways, going back to the examples that I presented earlier, with people like Rocky, Tyler, and Wisdom, you can truly see bits of their
Ja, Bro. Ja, Wisdom crazy.
soul through the choices they've made.
Für wen ist die Frage, wenn er die eigene Persönlichkeit repräsentiert, ist er immer noch... Also ich sage, nur weil der Style die eigene Persönlichkeit repräsentiert, ist er nicht automatisch gut, weil... Oh mein Gott, der wird so crazy rauskommen. Manchmal ist die Persönlichkeit auch einfach kacke.
Made with their clothes. But at the same time, I feel like a lot isn't even necessarily the clothes respectively. There's a lot of magic in the small details like accessories.
Denk mal drüber nach. Denk mal drüber nach, Chat. Nein, aber am Ende des Tages, also ich sage Real Talk, ich finde einfach zu sagen, also jeder Mensch hat Style weil jeder Mensch hat, auch wenn man es manchmal nicht glauben mag, eine eigene Persönlichkeit. Bei manchen ist man sich nicht ganz sicher, manche sind wirklich einfach vom System erschaffen, genauso wie Tauben, die Drohnen der Regierung sind, Spaß. Aber jeder hat am Ende des Tages Style. Es ist halt nur die Frage, ob dieser Style gut ist. Und diese Frage wiederum, ob der Style gut oder schlecht ist, muss jeder für sich selbst individuell beantworten, weil jeder ja einen eigenen Geschmack hat und dann wieder seine eigene Persönlichkeit hat. Zum Beispiel, ich kann sagen, boah, ich finde den Style von Wisdom übelst Arsch, aber es gibt halt ganz viele Leute, ich sag's mal nicht, der hat übelst krank Style, aber es gibt halt obviously ganz viele Leute, die das anders finden. Ansonsten hätte der nicht so viele Follower, wisst ihr?
The shapes and the colors of their accessories, the subversive pairing of pieces.
Retalker S, ich bin am Spitten-Chat.
Sometimes things that like I wouldn't even have thought of those things going together. The way their body interacts with their clothes, the choice of color and texture. There's just so much subtext. And all this right here, man, that feeling when we see this for real, and when they really got that shit on.
Der Style repräsentiert aber auch nicht mal die Persönlichkeit. Wenn du so Trends followst oder Marken rockst, nur um cool zu sein, hast du ja keinen eigenen Style. Doch, weil dann ist es dein Style, anderen zu folgen. Dann bist du ein Follower. Du bist ein Beta.
That is style. All
in meinen Augen.
All of this.
Okay, du bist ein Beta, Bro.
Everything. And I feel like...
Aber so hätte ich jetzt gesagt. Also dann ist es ja trotzdem dein eigener Style, aber dein Style ist es halt, andere zu kopieren, mäßig.
Man, I picked some easy picks. Like, I feel like we can all kind of agree on this, of how this is style. There's no one out there going like, oh, you call that fucking style, show you style, and it's shit like this. Man, but also that shit is fucking funny, and we need this, though. We need more of this. I love it when, like, I've spent 8 years doing all this bullshit, making all this stuff, and this guy discredits every single thought I've ever had. See, that's what I mean by, like, sometimes things are not as good as you think they are. But how do you even get around to start building stuff like this, right? Like, how do you even get around to producing style like this? Like, where do you even start? Like, I love it when people, like, bring up something and it's just, like, the craziest reach of, like, oh, man, he paired that with that because of, like, that one time that he listened to that one song in that one place, and that's that one reference from that one time because he did that one thing that one time, and that's why that appeared that one time on that one thing. And it's like, I think he just really likes sambas. But at the same...
bro.
Time, man, how do you even get started with producing style? That might even leave you thinking, because when we see stuff like this, right, are we even thinking? What are you guys even thinking about right now? What is he thinking about? If anything, I'm kind of left a little negative, but I mean, in some ways, is that still evoking emotion? Did I just get myself? Because in some ways this evoked a reaction out of me more than a lot of the other fits that are deemed good. Like, I'm still talking about it, man. Is this style? Man, is this video, what is this even about? Anyways, I'm gonna let you know right now, I'm not gonna be able to help you find your style. There's nothing that I can do, right? There's nothing that I can do or say.
Nee, ich sag's nicht.
To help you find your style, because what...
Doch, ich finde zum Beispiel das hier, Real Talk, das ist so ein generisches Outfit, aber es ist trotzdem Style. Und ich gehe noch einen Step weiter. Ich mit meiner Persönlichkeit, ich knüpfe wieder an das an, was ich eben gesagt habe. Ich finde sogar, wenn ich jetzt das Outfit sehe, er hat wahrscheinlich coolen Style, weil mir das Outfit gefällt. So, checkt ihr? Gute Besserung. Ey, Ramsey, danke für den Prime im 3. Vielen lieben Dank. Leute sind leider aus, weil wir indische Bots im Chat haben. Danke für den Prime. Also ich finde, ja.
What you really need to do is get out of your own way. I'm gonna let this breathe for a little bit because I really want you guys to see this shit. You really got to get out of your own way. It's funny because I'm just rambling about nothing sometimes, but the audio is so good that you might even think that what I'm saying is important because the audio is so good because I'm recording into a Neumann KMS 105 that's routed to an Apollo twin with a UAD LA2A, and then I'm compressing all that stuff later in post. There's some random fashion nerd out there recording into a Rode mic, and it's like, shut the fuck up, bro. You're cut off at
Real talk.
16K. Style happens when you get out of your own way. And that could mean completely different things for different people. It's the perfect amount of vague to where even if you misinterpret it or whatever misinterpreting even means for stuff like this, you might even be like, oh, that changed my whole life. And it's not even what I'm saying. Because in some ways, aren't we kind of just perpetually in our own way? Oh, no. But see, the audio is so good that you're like, man, he might be onto something because why? But who is really stopping you from making these fashion?
Ich mach da kein Video zu, Mr. Cut, aber Sag's halt im Stream so.
Moves. If you think about it, when you're putting your clothes on, you're the only one in the room sometimes. Everyone that has a partner, f***ing shut up. But when you're putting on your outfit, you're the only one in the room. So who is really stopping you from making moves? And do not say money. Because if you say money, you're also the reason you're broke. So, bam, and you're still the problem. So, bro, move, all right? Just get out of your own way. Anyways, what am I
Bro, das Video ist Loki nur dafür gedacht, dass er Leute angreift einfach. Er hat noch nicht einen... Na egal.
trying to say when I say get out of your own way? Let me show you one way that I've gotten out of my own way recently, and maybe you can kind of understand how really you're your own problem. And it's fine, though. So my main struggle with fashion, it's a very common one, which is... Bam, I love this. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, dude, we love this. Everyone ends up here at some point, to the point where you just, here's like this kind of cycle of like, you learn a bunch of stuff, and then when you learn too much, you're like, fuck, I actually don't really know what I like. And then eventually you're just like, yo, I kind of do know what I like. And then you learn more things, or you see more things, you're like, bro, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm right here. I don't know what I'm doing. Just the problem of like, man, I got all these clothes, but I got nothing to wear. I got all these fits, but I got nothing on. Who the f am I, you know? Anyway, so to kind of solve my problem, I drank 4 Diet Mountain Dews and then ran 11 miles. And bro, I had a calf cramp the whole time, and I like stepped in a pothole, and it was the worst. But like after that, I realized that I actually fucking don't care, and I'm trying way too hard. And that is in some ways the most embarrassing thing, is when you realize that you are trying too hard. Because who are we even impressing, right? What's the score? Where's the scoreboard? I would like to know the score right now. Because you would think the whole game of confidence is to wear more shit and to be more ambitious. But what if, hear me out, you get to a point where you just actually don't want to wear anything? And I referenced this Rick Owens thing where he just wears nothing all the time, because I want to get there so bad. Honestly, the thought process was so stupid. I feel like the run was completely unnecessary. But
Der Gedankenprozess ist so weit geführt, ich kann Loki nicht mehr folgen. Chat, könnt ihr noch folgen?
You know,
ich weiß nicht, was ich sagen soll. Er ist so weit weg. Ich check, was er meint, aber ich check auch nicht, was er meint.
Sometimes you just gotta get to the top of the mountain to realize that maybe I like the fucking beach more, man. Maybe that is you too. Dude, just get out of your own fucking way, bro. Briefly circling back to that idea that good things take time. So after getting out of your own way and then continuing your pursuit for personal style, right? How long does this take? How long does this take? 1 week? 1 month? Does this take years? Well, we all know that phrase. It's not about the journey. Whoa, I got it wrong. It's about the journey, not the destination. I love having this mindset with things that take time. Yo, this shit writes itself. Maybe this is why it's called a style journey. See, there is no destination with your style, and you'll find out sooner or later. There is no one day I'll wake up and all of a sudden I really like how I look good in clothes all of a sudden one day. There is no one day you wake up and you're like, fucking finally, bro, I'm ASAP Rocky. Oh my God, thank God this took forever. I'm fucking ASAP Rocky, bro. I've been waiting to wake up as ASAP Rocky for so fucking long. So yeah, there's no fucking switch that just flips. But even within the phrase, it's about the journey, not the destination, right?
Aber am Ende des Tages, also das stimmt sogar.
Dude, I don't even think it's about the journey either, because stay with me now. I know this sounds fucking stupid, because if it's not about the destination and it's not about the journey, then what the fuck it's about not, it's, what are we even talking about here? Okay, so hear me out, right? Because there's really no journey either. There just kind of is. It's just right now. When you think of the journey, and if it's all about the journey, every time people look back at their style, at their journey, when you look back, you always look back at your style and go, man, what the f was I doing? And rightfully so. But I'm sure in those moments, like during the journey...
Ich bin ernst, das war auch sogar damals nicht fresh. Das ist heute nicht fresh, das war damals nicht fresh, das wird niemals fresh sein. Das wird niemals fresh gewesen sein. Das war einfach katastrophal.
Was I doing? And rightfully so. But I'm sure in those moments, like during the journey, during the present relative to where you were in the journey, you probably thought that fit was sick, and it might have been sick for the time being in that moment. But that is exactly what I'm talking about. All of this personal style thing is a matter of right now. Everybody be mindful right now. Everybody be mindful right now. Right? How are we feeling? How are we feeling right now? exactly right now, how do we feel about our fits, about our style? This fit you're wearing right now, how do we feel? How do we feel about this? Are we wearing what we want to wear? This fit right now, or the fit that you're right about to put on? The next fit you put on, how do we feel about it, right? Are you where you want to be, or are you in your own way right now?
Ich habe das Gefühl, wir wurden in irgendeine Sekte reingezogen, Chat. Darauf Pinkelpause.